Hi friends, today I will speak about a subject which many of you would like to know, that there is a difference many people feel regarding corporate law and litigational law. And many of you are in confusion as to should I take corporate law, should I take litigation law. And of course during my years in college also, this confusion is, used to happen. And people used to feel that, look, corporate law pays better, so maybe I should go to corporate law. And some people used to feel that litigational law takes a long period of waiting before you can actually make it. So therefore, a lot of people did not choose litigational law. Of course, I chose litigational law, and after having done sufficient number of years in litigational law, I realized that there are elements of corporate law also which we often do, even in litigational law. Therefore, I have not regretted my decision. But one or two incidents made a deep impression on me, and they really made it very clear as to why my choice of litigational law was a good idea. It so happened that I was in the Delhi NCDRC. The SCDRC, as you know, is the State Commission of Consumer Redressal. And I happened to meet a friend. I had finished my matter, and I had met a friend. So that friend told me, and I was a young lawyer at that time. So I think maybe 4 or 5 years in the profession. And this friend said, why don't you wait, Brijesh? Why don't we go for a cup of tea later on? And his matter was taking some time. So I settled myself as in one of the chairs in the SCDRC. And next to me was a man, old man, he was probably 60 or 65. And he was fumbling with his file. And so I just asked him what the issue was. Then in a very helpless state, he said, my lawyer hasn't turned up. And I said, when is your matter? He said, it's item just 2 matters later. So I said, oh, you want me to take a passover? Then he again was acted helpless, and he said that my lawyer will probably not come. Probably even on the last occasion, his lawyer had not turned up. And on this occasion, he was clear that his lawyer was not going to come because probably there was some issue regarding the fee. So I looked at the file. It was very small, very thin file. So I asked him, what is the matter about? He said, it's about MTNL. And I said, let me take a look at the papers. And it appeared to be that there was an overcharge on his MTNL phone of about 12,000 rupees. And which he had said that, no, this was not used by me for various reasons. And so I said, if you like, I can argue this. It seems to be a fairly simple matter. And surprisingly, I just said it off the cuff. Surprisingly, he said, yes, please, if you are able to do it. So I quickly read the papers. I made 2 or 3 points. And then, fortuitously, the 2 matters for which I was waiting, they took a little long, maybe about 20-25 minutes. So I quickly summed up what the matter was, understood from him, and I went and argued. And well, it was a happy coincidence that the judge also agreed with me and waived off the 12,000 rupees which he was otherwise meant to pay. And I handed over the file to him. Of course, no question of accepting any fee or anything, because he was not my client, I was not his lawyer. Just that, I was just helping him for the moment. And I forgot all about him, and I went to my car. Then my friend said, why don't we meet at some hotel? You come in your car, I'll come in my car because I'm driving. So I said, okay. And so I went and sat down in my car, and I see this old man at the door. And he was weeping copiously. And I was not sure why. Then he had something in his hand, and I said, is there any issue? Then he was, with tears in his eyes, he handed over something to me. And I looked at it, it was 150 rupees. No, I said, I didn't do it for money, don't worry. And I returned the money to him. and I quickly drove away. But that impression has remained in my mind, that there is so much of good that one can do as a lawyer and as a litigational lawyer, perhaps not so much as a corporate lawyer. So this incident and of course several others have really made me feel that the profession I've chosen is the right profession for me, given that I always appear to to like to take up for the underdog, and I always wanted that the underdog win. Therefore, this is one incident which has remained in my mind.